This is your host, Carmen Radford, welcoming you back to another episode of the Calm and Chaos podcast, the space where we discuss everything from motherhood, relationships, and well-being to education, music, and so much more. Okay, here we go. Welcome back to the Calm and Chaos podcast. I'm your host, Carmen Radford, and we're joined today by a very special guest, Helen Morrison from Frownies. I've been using Frownies for years, so I'm so excited for you all to hear what she has to share. Helen, welcome to the podcast, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited about this conversation.
Me too. So, first, I heard there's some Frownies news that came out like today about the loyalty program.
Yeah, so this week we actually did just launch I would say brand new, but more like new and improved, upgraded loyalty program that we're really excited about. So we're always looking for ways that we can continue to build our customer community and just improve the customer experience. Our customer service and our customer relationships are really, really important to us. So we're really excited about all the
Yeah.
opportunity.
That's so great. I think just like growing the community and like it's already so strong and like your presence on social media is so engaging and informative and you can just find out everything you need to know about it. And I'm such a huge fan because I have been using them for so many years and honestly, I wish that I had started earlier because
We did a lot.
yeah, because you said like you can start as early, I think you said like 18 kind of time or like
Whatever you want and whatever
yeah,
you're comfortable with, there's not any negative or downside.
yeah.
Anything starting younger will really just mean you probably need to use them less throughout the rest of your life. It's like
Yeah.
teaching your face the correct posture sooner.
Yes. Okay, can you tell us a bit about that? Because this is so great that it's not just a skin band-aid. This is like targeting the source of the issue. It's literally reframing muscle movement, right?
Yes. So for anybody who's brand new and maybe hearing
Yeah.
about brownies for the first time, brownies are facial patches that you wear at night while you sleep. Essentially, it's to retrain the facial muscles so that you're holding less tension in your face. There are all kinds of different wrinkles on our face, but the wrinkles that Frownies address, they're not really wrinkles that have to do with age or that are
Mhm.
automatically going to be, in your face with
There.
age.
Yeah.
There are wrinkles that have everything to do with facial expression and maybe really like excessive facial tension. So a great
Yeah.
example of this is the 11 lines. So in between your brows,
Those
when
are
you,
mine. Yes.
yeah, you furrow your brow all the time, that's
Yeah.
tension and stress you're holding in your brows.
Yeah.
It's not necessary and it's not a part of aging. It's just a part of stress and tension in our lives. And so
Yeah.
when you brownies, you're really splinting the facial muscle, relaxing the facial muscle, which is thus going to smooth out the lines. It's kind of the same principles behind why Botox works is the
Yeah.
principle behind why Frownies work. So yeah, Frownies are facial patches you wear at night while you sleep. And really, if someone were to be able to learn to relax your brows and relax your facial
Yeah.
muscles, you wouldn't even need Frownies or Botox because you're never creating those creases. Now, there are some elements of like as we get older or sleeping, maybe we're kind of
Yeah.
smashing our face. There's other uses too. But really, if you start young, like for me, I knew about Frownies my whole
Yeah.
life. No, I wasn't wearing them.
Oh,
I knew I knew not to furrow my brow, when I was a little,
right.
I didn't make that face because it's just like, oh yeah, that sticks. And
Yes.
so I really, even though I probably put them on for the first time when I was like 18 or so, I
Hmm.
made more than once or twice a year. It wasn't like a real
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Um, and it just was just those little reminders. And so it's learning good
Yeah.
posture basically with your facial muscles
Yes.
via these facial patches,
Which is
Frownies.
which is like anything because like for me when I learned about the history of piano playing in your family, so for me posture's always been really like drilled into me since I was like 3. And so my muscles hopefully I mean I've had kids and stuff and you're not always thinking about it, but you are teaching your muscles correct position. So that's the same like you're a yoga instructor. So all
Yes.
your muscles are learning the same, and you're saying that it's like facial yoga, isn't it? A little bit?
I mean, a lot of people have different ideas of what facial yoga is. A
Okay.
lot of people have ideas of what yoga is. But
Sure.
essentially it is learning control of your
Yeah.
body, and then
Yeah.
you create, it's really a neurokinetic connection where you create movement patterns. And
Mm-hmm.
this applies to our face or the rest of your body. You create movement patterns and you follow those same movement patterns over and over and over again. And that becomes kind of your subconscious way of doing things, whether
Yes.
or it's the right way. You mentioned having
Yeah.
children. It's the same like pelvic floor health. I mean, this is probably
Yes.
women listening to this podcast.
Yes.
We get in the habit of certain pelvic floor positioning and
Yeah.
breathing because of having a baby inside of us.
Yes.
You spend 9 months or so really breathing in a way that's not optimal for your
Right.
daily functioning. And so then once your pelvic floor gets weak, having had a baby, and then your breathing is off and everything
Yeah.
works. And so you have to relearn the proper breathing techniques,
Yes.
proper movement patterns, the proper positioning
Yes.
of your pelvis and your ribs and all these
Yeah.
things. Same way with your face. These are
Yeah.
fibers, and it seems like, how is that possible? But it's absolutely possible
Yeah.
to learn new patterns of movement. And I don't sit
Yes.
around thinking about not furrowing my brow, right? It's not that deep. You're not like, people will say like, that's ridiculous. I shouldn't have to work, like sit here trying to practice not furrowing. And that's the thing, is you wear the Frownies and they are really doing that practice for you.
Hmm.
They're helping you develop awareness. I don't know,
That's it. It's creating the awareness of it.
awareness.
Yes.
And then over time, once you have that awareness, you do slowly start to shift your natural
Yeah.
unconscious habits.
Yes, I know. And then you and I talked about the book Breathe by James Nestor. And one of the things that stuck out for me in that is he says you you almost assume because you're born and you breathe right away that you just
That
take
you
it
are
for
breathing.
granted that you exactly. And it's like, no, there's this huge way, like focus awareness to bring it to your breath and specifically nasal breathing. And
Yes.
it's unbelievable that these habits that you can build up, and we're habitual creatures, we have the capacity to do it. All of these things are this holistic view of health and wellness
Right.
and
And
body.
we talked
Like,
about this
yeah,
the other day, but
yeah,
ultimately, some people are just chasing beauty
yeah,
or a perceived idea of a beauty standard, and that does not always lead to the healthiest outcome.
right,
But if you pursue like a holistic health and wellness, you will achieve beauty.
right,
Because
exactly.
it's very connected.
It
So
is.
it has everything to do with what is your goal or your
Yeah,
focus, and what
yeah,
are you like, at what cost or at what expense, right? So yes, you
totally.
could go down the road of Botox and fillers and
Yeah,
facelift and things. Same like I mentioned about the pelvic floor. You could go and have like some sort of bladder lift surgery to
right,
fix your pelvic floor leakage, but
right.
that doesn't
Yeah,
mean that you learn the proper breathing patterns. And so
totally.
don't try to fix it by correcting what is at the source. You could end up
Exactly.
back pain and other issues because you didn't
Yes.
really fix the alignment issues, right?
Yeah.
So similarly, like with your face, you can learn these new patterns. You can
Yeah.
learn how to breathe right. You can learn different positioning of your tongue in the roof of your mouth. You
Yeah.
can wear these, and those things will all improve your well-being
Totally.
and your beauty and aesthetics.
Yes. Yeah.
And the quick fixes really just fix the aesthetics, but in the long run, could end up making it worse too.
Absolutely. And this is the thing, I think 2025, I don't know why, but like right now, maybe it's like the time of life I'm in, but I really understand the like one day at a time and like really focus on all those little things because like you're saying, all these little things, they will add up and ultimately it will be such an incredible strength. Like
Yep.
literally for the muscles, but then also in your life to have all these little things in place.
Yeah.
So, and I said to you just before, I really love this quote that you have said. If you want a positive output, you can't have a negative input. And
Yes.
this is
So
exactly it.
I actually say that a lot when I'm talking to our customers, because inevitably people come to me or to Frownies and they're like, oh my goodness, I hate my wrinkles. I hate my 11 lines. I
Yeah.
loathe, oh, this picture of me is so terrible. and they're like apologizing for how awful they look.
Oh my gosh.
They're wanting to fix it, right? And I
Yeah.
get it.
Yep.
But the thing is that, okay, so you're coming in, you're wanting to improve something, and you are so negative about yourself. And,
Yeah.
probably heard our brains and every cell in our body hears everything that we say and
Yep.
it responds to that.
Yep.
And they've done studies on plants, they've done these water
Yes.
studies, all these things where
Yep.
you just words written on a jar
Yes.
of water and how it changes the molecular structure. Like if you're
Yep.
looking at it, same
Yep.
like with plants, if you have these plants and you're speaking really negative, horrible things to
Yes,
them,
I know.
saying these nice, loving things, and it
Yeah,
changes the way the plant grows.
it
It's the same way
does.
with the body. So
Yes.
again, like it's math. 2 + 2 makes 4, right?
Yep.
So if
Yep.
you put in a negative input into the system to try to get a positive outcome,
Yeah.
you're
It's not gonna
really going to get
work.
a positive outcome. Your
Yeah.
body, it responds. It's real. It seems woo-woo, right? But it's like
No,
science.
we are literally all energy,
That's
and it
right.
absolutely makes sense.
Yeah,
Yep.
so if you want to really make improvements in your aesthetics, in your beauty, in your health, and whatever it is,
Yeah.
mindset in your business, you have
Yes.
to go into it with a positive input, like a
Yep.
positive, like instead of, oh my gosh, I look so terrible, I need to fix something. It's more of
Mm-hmm.
a, I am worthy and beautiful, and I want to do something so that I
To
feel in
enhance it.
like on the outside the way I
Yep.
feel on the inside. Like I'm worth it.
Totally.
I'm worth taking care of. I know
Yes.
that I can make improvements. I know that, I want to do this for me is
Yep.
better than, oh, you horrible being, you better do something.
Yeah.
So I
Absolutely.
just always encourage people to come. You have to fix that kind of mindset because no
Yep.
matter what, if you don't, you'll really never be happy. You've seen those
Yeah.
people, like they say there's sort of a spiral into like the plastic surgery realm where you get Botox, you get fillers, and you just do more and more and more because
Mm-hmm.
it's never good enough because you just
Mm-hmm.
always criticizing yourself. So you have to start your journey here with a
From
place of
within.
accepting yourself
Yes. Yep.
and being willing to grow slowly. And then you
Yep.
will find more peace with it.
Yeah.
And you'll be
Exactly.
more likely to reach your goal.
Exactly. I love that. Yep. So, so, so well said. Let's, because I think your story is just so interesting. For anyone who doesn't know about Frownies, and I've had a lot of people be asking me already this week about it, can we rewind? You told me a really interesting story about your family and then also the spread in the magazine. Can you
Yeah,
speak to that a little
absolutely.
bit?
Yes. So
Yeah.
in 1889, my great great grandmother, Margaret Crozan, invented Frownies. And they became a thing because her daughter, my great grandma, Alice, was a concert pianist and a model. And I guess a very good one because she played like at the White House and in all these different big circles, right? And when you're playing the piano and you're concentrating, same with anything you're doing in concentration, maybe it's looking at a computer screen, reading a book, whatever it
Mm-hmm.
is, you tend to kind of furrow your brow and you kind of get that
Mm-hmm.
concentration face. So, because of furrowing her brow and starting to develop the wrinkles in between the eyebrows, they started using the frownies to help smooth that out because also she's
Yeah.
trying to look good too. And
Yep.
so it was working so well that they started having people asking, "What are you doing?" You know? And so she
Amazing.
made
Yeah.
brownies as a gift for friends and then
Oh,
started selling
wow.
it. And then as they were traveling around and she was playing the piano, that was kind of how they started to spread the word about the business.
Of
Around about the same
course. So
time,
interesting.
my great great grandfather died.
Oh,
And so it was like a house of women kind of raising each other in a way. Because my grandmother even talks about how she was raised. She lived with her grandma, which was the inventor of Brown.
wow. Yeah, yeah.
So anyway, he died and they had a barber supply company, I guess, was in his name. And so she
Mm-hmm.
out, I guess, somehow the rights to this and this business. And so she started manufacturing Frownies under this name. And so
Wow.
that's kind of how it got started. Because really a lot of women didn't have businesses,
Totally.
not
Yeah.
sure
It's
now.
incredible.
It's so long ago now that it's kind of
Yeah.
like family stories passed along,
Sure.
right? Anyway, she started doing brownies business and selling. And because they were, connected with different people in Hollywood through the
Mhm.
piano playing and the modeling, um,
Yeah.
people in Hollywood started catching on to Frownies and using Frownies. Frownies was featured in a 1934, I believe,
Yeah.
Life magazine. They showed Fox Drama School, and actress Dixie Dunbar had a frowny on and learning not to, crease her brows.
Right.
And then as time went on, it was kind of, Hollywood's beauty secret.
Yeah.
It was in a lot of small boutique places in New York and California,
So
right? Those kind
neat.
of Hollywood places.
Yeah.
And it was overseas as well, like in Paris and some things like that. But just very small kind of, like I said, Hollywood
A
beauty
little
secret.
beauty secret. Yeah.
And then in 2001, Renee Rousseau, I think she was, turning 40 something, a birthday, and she
Hmm.
was featured on the cover of Good Housekeeping magazine. And they did all this like fabulous over 40. What are all
Okay.
the secrets? What are all of
Right.
her favorite things? And there
Yeah.
was like a 3 or 4 page spread all about Frownies. And we didn't know this was going to happen. And so it was this, at that time, you didn't have social media where you had more
Yeah.
for like marketing,
Yeah.
you know, that was affordable. It was really
Mm.
more like paying for print ads or television or
Yeah.
things. And we just didn't really do any of that. And so anyway,
Mm.
when it was Housekeeping magazine, there was a big boom. My grandma started having the phones ring off the hook, and she was like, "What is going on?" And we said, "Okay, well, the next people who call, like, ask them where they're hearing about this." And it was
Yeah.
all Good Housekeeping magazine. So at that
So
time,
neat.
we had a big, like, boost, and my mom came in to kind of help take over the business and things like that.
Yeah.
And so we kind of expanded the skincare line at that time. Another cool thing was that in 2001 was when Botox was approved to be used for cosmetics. Previously,
Wow.
it had been used for like surgery and medicine type
Yeah.
stuff, but it hadn't been allowed to be done as a cosmetic thing yet. So in
Right.
2001, it was approved for that. And so we actually, following
So
that Renee
interesting.
article, because of that kind of little boom,
Yeah.
um, we're in quite a few other little magazines as a comparison of like Frownies versus Botox. And because it
That's
was the
so
new thing.
interesting.
Yes,
Yeah.
I just kind of plugged along, and business was, it was just like a small family business, and most people did not know what Frownies were. It was very rare that I would meet anyone who would know what it was. Well, in 2020, I was a mom and a new mom, and I
Yeah.
was doing some online nutrition and fitness coaching. I
Hmm.
was dabbling in social media for my little business and took a look at the Frownies social media, and I was like, wait a minute, I never saw myself getting involved in Frownies. I just did not see myself as a business person, really. I love connecting with people, and
Hmm.
really, like when I describe what I love, it's like, well, I love social media. I just
Right.
didn't know the thing when I was a kid. It
Yeah. Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
what business was. And
Yeah.
now it's very much what business is.
It's this fusion,
Um,
isn't it? Yeah.
so anyway, I didn't really ever see myself getting involved. But I took a look at the social media. I was like, oh, this is not, we need to do more. And I
Yeah.
thought, like, if I can do this, like, sure, I'll do some Instagram stories and we'll just get the social media a little boost.
Yeah.
And so started doing that at the end of 2020,
Yeah.
and um, basically got on TikTok right, I think it was like in December of 2020. And
Yeah.
that was right around when Instagram Reels was also being released.
Yeah.
And I didn't really want to be on TikTok because I just felt like, oh man, short form video content, like that's hard. I'd
Yeah.
never really done that, and it just
Yeah.
felt like a big deal.
Sure.
So I was like, ooh, but someone had posted a video about Frownies on TikTok, what I would have considered
Oh,
first real Frownies TikTok. And it
okay.
was had like over 2 million views. And I was like, oh man, we've got to have a TikTok. So I
Yeah.
jumped on TikTok, created a video,
Cool.
just kind of answering what are Frownies, because that's what everyone in the comments was asking.
Yeah.
And I think right away, within the first day, that
Yeah.
video got like 60,000 views, and it just really took off. And so I was like, oh, and so then I just kept putting out video after video after video, and every single one just grew more and more and more. It was like 60,000, 100,000, 200,000, 600,000, 2 million, 6 million. It just was like, what is happening? This is
Right. Just like
so cool.
exponential.
Yes. And along with that virality also came business growth, right?
Yeah.
People coming out of the woodworks. And really, we sparked a whole like trending topic on TikTok as well. Basically, at
Hmm.
that time, it went crazy and everybody jumped on it, just like they do with all the trends. And
Yeah.
now everyone's making videos about Frownies. And
Yeah.
so many small creators, their most viral video with millions of views was their Frownies video. And
Brownies.
many large creators, the same. So there was just
Yeah.
so much content about Frownies and sales just took off.
Great.
And we actually
Yeah.
became the number three search term in beauty on Google
Wow.
one because of this whole craze
That's
that's
incredible.
did on TikTok. So we grew from 0 followers to 200,000 followers on TikTok that year. Same translated that growth kind of over to Instagram, kind of, people started following over there as well,
Yeah.
doing the reels, all those things. So just a lot of organic growth that year.
Incredible. Yeah.
And then, ever since then, we've kind of figured out how to turn this into like scalable business. And
Yeah.
so we're still, growing and doing our thing on
Yeah.
all the social channels. And that's really the kind of cornerstone of our business is social because
Yeah.
it's, women in this age demographic, we're
Hmm.
all on social media,
Yeah.
right? That's where we're at.
Yeah.
And kind of like being where the people are.
Yeah.
And oh, I think you mentioned your own personal journey of feeling like now in 2025, you're like thinking about more like holistic things.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think the whole world is like culture
Yeah.
is right, at least with women. There's a
Hmm.
ton more information. I think because of social media, we have
Exactly. Yep.
information, but all things health and wellness, people are more aware of what they're putting in their body, what they're putting on their body. And I think
Yes.
such a huge movement towards Botox and fillers and surgeries. And because
Hmm.
you have all the filters on social media too that make
Yeah.
people think like the beauty standard is something that's impossible in a
Yeah.
normal body. You've got to
Yeah.
alter it, you know? And so there's such a huge movement toward that, but it's been
Mm.
now 23 years since Botox and all of this came on the market.
Yeah.
And there's almost becoming a fatigue around Botox and fillers and surgeries and all of this. But
Interesting.
people are
Yeah.
still doing it, right? But now
Yeah.
everybody's going for more of a natural look
Yeah.
because we overdid it. People
Hmm.
are kind of over the overfilled look. And then you
Yeah.
have Hollywood actresses and stuff who are coming out who've gotten the filler for enough years that now we see what does it look like after the fact. It's like they say, well, I wish I'd never done this. And then
Yeah.
you're plastic surgeons who are doing facelifts and they're saying they were
Right.
telling you filler dissolves, but now they're finding, well, it doesn't actually. It's
Yeah.
like
And it moves.
calcifying and
Yeah.
moving and getting stuck like
It's a
on,
foreign body
right.
in your body. Yeah.
And so, surgeons are scraping this out of people's faces. And so it's one of those things where, there are plenty of things that the FDA might say, like, this is safe, go ahead. But there
Right.
hasn't been enough time that has gone
Exactly.
by for us
Exactly.
to really know. They
Yeah.
might say, this seems safe to us, go ahead. But it's like,
Yeah.
well, let's do this for 20 years and let's see
Yeah.
what we
There's
learn.
there's no
That
longevity yet. Yeah.
right. And
Yeah.
so now we've done this for 20 years and we're able to look and go, is this working for people really?
Yeah.
There's more people coming out saying that they have Botox injury or breast implant illness or
Yeah.
fillers that have migrated and didn't dissolve and all these things. So
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are kind of taking pause and I hope they are before going down those roads and
Hmm.
thinking more like, I want to make an educated choice here.
Hmm.
I don't want to just start down a road that I can't walk it back.
Totally. Yeah.
So people are looking for alternatives. People are looking for, something that they can do instead that they know is safe, but is
Yeah.
effective. The other thing is like, I totally get
Exactly.
it. You just want a result. And at the end of the day, people are like, I'm willing to do whatever it takes.
But
And
Frownies gives you the
that's
results.
right. And
It's
that's where
incredible.
And
Yeah.
that's where I think our growth has really happened. People have asked, like, oh, what's the secret? And I'm like, well, the secret is it's a really good product.
Yes.
it, it does what it says it will do,
Exactly.
and it sells itself because it works. And if you
Because it
have something
works. Yeah.
that really works, it's going to stand the test of time. And people get results, they
100%.
rave about it. And people, honestly, I feel like most people don't really want to get Botox. They just want to look good. And
Yeah.
so like Botox is their only option, but once they discover Frownies, they
Yeah.
are in.
Hooked.
And so
Yeah.
it's really fun. And even even
Totally.
know that they're effective. My mind is blown every day when we get before and after pictures from customers. I'm
Yeah.
like, yes,
I know. It's so
it's just
good.
so incredible.
It really is. I feel like I've always been more on the health and wellness like train, but like you said, there's just so much more awareness now. And so we can do our own research. But like I remember just getting pregnant with my son. So like 6 years ago, I got so like into finding the products that were safe for him.
Right.
You know what I
I
mean?
think
So
that's a big thing.
yeah.
Motherhood takes you down that journey.
It really does. And it was a fun journey, even though it was kind of nerve-wracking. But I'm like, nope, I am finding like the makeup, the products, the food, like the everything that's safe
Mhm.
for my body, safe for my
Mhm.
kids. And now having a son and a daughter, I'm like, I want to know everything I can to because they're gonna watch me, like we were talking about before. They're gonna watch my routines, see my products. They're gonna want to try them at some point. And finding like I used Frownies through my pregnancies.
Yes, that's a big thing. I actually think a lot of people do find us because they've been doing Botox, but then they get pregnant and they can't
Yeah.
do it anymore. And like, what am I going to do now? And so,
How
Brownie.
fantastic that they can just use Frownies. Like it's honestly amazing. Um,
Yes.
okay. So, can I ask you a few questions about you? Because you're all over social media too, and it's so fun, I think, to learn a bit about the owner. So, just a
Absolutely.
few quick fire questions. What's your favorite song?
Ah, um, I don't know. I
What-
actually, you know the song. It's by JVKE and it's like Shine. I don't know
Do you want to
the
sing?
um
Shine?
she's
Okay, well, that's an answer. I'll go.
in a radiant beam in the night.
Oh.
To see you shine. I don't know. He plays a
Okay,
piano
that's nice. Oh,
anyway.
okay. I love that. Okay, that's a great answer. That's a great answer.
And I'm
Yeah. Now you're singing. What's your favorite movie?
It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, oh man, that one got me so hard, that one. Great
Yeah,
music in it.
that's my that is definitely just my all-time favorite. The whole idea of and the movie kind of ends with that quote like no man is poor who has friends, but it's just all
Hmm.
about like how one life touches so many other lives. And
Yeah.
honestly, I feel like that even in Frownies and everything that has happened, it's like
Hmm.
that feels like the story. It's like I had no idea. And my grandmother and the things that they've done
Yeah.
I've been able to do, and then the people who are affected by it. So it's just a
Oh,
very like speaks to that community and how we're all so connected. And I just love
that's
that.
beautiful. That's a good answer. What's your favorite animal?
Oh. Um, baby animals.
All baby animals. Yeah,
I'm probably
that's fair.
not necessarily a huge animal person. When I was a little kid, I was. I had all
Okay.
the pets. But now I
Oh,
think the thing that will could suck me in is like a puppy or
a
a kitten,
baby. Okay.
baby animal.
Okay. What's your favorite color?
Probably pink.
Pink, me too. I like pink and green. What's your favorite drink?
Kombucha.
Oh, I love kombucha. And what's your favorite meal?
Um, Anything that is Asian. So like Thai food or
Hmm.
sushi
Hmm.
or Indian, something that I can't cook myself.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's good. And a final question. What is one thing that helps you stay calm in all the chaos?
Movement for sure. You
Okay.
mentioned that I teach yoga. So I have been teaching yoga for about 17 years now, which is
Hmm.
blows my think.
Hmm.
My entire life, I was actually a competitive swimmer
Oh, wow.
from 5 years old through college. And so
Wow.
I've spent hours and hours and hours just
Moving.
staring at the black line at the bottom of the pool, swimming back and forth, back and forth. And the
Right.
thing about that, and I think what got me to where like my calm is in movement is it's very breathing focused.
Yes, of
Like
course.
deep breathing
Yes.
is hard to sit around and just deep breathe. It's boring
Yes.
and you feel like you're not doing anything, right?
Yeah.
When you move, particularly swimming and then translate it into yoga,
Yeah.
you have to harness your breath.
Of
And I think
course.
through the decades of swimming and yoga and the breathing, it's like my body just knows like that's my happy place. Like if I
Oh,
can't whatever is going on, I'm like, I gotta move. I gotta get in a workout. I gotta get to
hmm.
yoga. I got do something and move my body. But I think more than the movement, even, it's probably that movement and breath. It's like that moving
Yes.
meditation kind of a
Yes.
thing. Because
Totally.
swimming is totally meditative. I mean, you're just like 1, 2, 3, breathe, 1, 2,
Yeah.
3. And I just love that. It totally
Oh,
calms
like
my
centers you.
entire nervous system.
That's perfect. That's such a good answer. Okay, do you want to tell everyone where they can find you and Frownies?
So, I will tell people if you need an immediate response, reach out to me via Frownies socials because I spend a lot more time looking at all of that than I do on my personal. But
Okay.
you can find me at Frownies on Instagram, at Frownies Family on TikTok, at Frownies on YouTube, or you can find me personally, and you can definitely reach out personally. Just know that it might take me a couple days. On Instagram at Helen K. Morrison, on TikTok at Helen K. Morrison, and on YouTube at Helen K. Morrison as well.
Amazing. I will link all of those on my Instagram and on this episode. Thank you so much for being here. It's been so much fun and informative. And I'm really grateful that you took the time to talk to us today.
Thank you so much for having me.